A designer of commercial irrigation systems has asked for a little advice on how best to get images captured in Google Earth and placed into the gCADPlus environment. Here's a little example of something that he's working on, and I've used Google Earth, and metaphorically speaking, I've flown to the site. And there are two issues that are important when you're in Google Earth. The first is to make sure, and I hope you can see it, down at the bottom of the screen, I've made sure that my scale is showing. And the other issue is I want a top view, a precise plan view, and the easiest and quickest way to do that is to hold the wheel of your mouse down and just pan up, and that will give you a precise top view. You might prefer to do that first and then adjust the magnification a little. Just make sure that the bar is showing. Once you've got to this point, then use your screen capture tool, which in my case is the function key and print screen, but your system may well be a little different. So capture this image as a screen grab. What we're then going to do is to start Irfan View, which is a free and very good image editor. Going edit and paste, and the image that we captured from Google Earth goes in to the Irfan View environment. It's got some great tools, but all we really need to do is to clean up the image by just cropping out those parts of the image that we don't need. So we must include our scale, but all of the material on the right hand side here is of no interest to us. So we can say edit, cut out. So there's the image file that we want to put in gCADPlus. So at this point I can go File and Save As, and we'll call it Insert Raster 4. Once you have a raster image, we save it, and that's done. And now I can swing to gCADPlus. Here's the image in gCADPlus, but let's just take you through it again. So I'll say close and no, and you would, having got your image, you go File and OK, and then Draw and Raster Image, add it, and insert Raster Image 4 and insert it. At this point, this little dialog box comes up. I'd recommend taking off Specify on Screen, so we make sure it goes in at 0, 0, and I'd leave the scale set at 300 dots per inch, and I'll OK it. In it goes. Nothing's visible until you right mouse click and pick Zoom Extents. So our image is inside gCADPlus, and we're ready now to start working in the gCADPlus environment. But before we do that, we have to scale things. So the image is in, and we can click the distance option. So I'll click in here. That bar indicates 40 meters, so if I click from there across to there, I get 32.61. I'll put Polar on to make sure my measuring line is in fact horizontal. 32.556, 32.556, and it should read 40, so we need to scale it up by 40 over 32.556. Now you have a calculator on the custom toolbar, so we can put 40 divided by 32.556, and that equals 1.228. So 1.228, I'm just jotting down, ready to scale. So right click, Zoom Extents again, select the image, like so, right click and pick Scale. We've got it in at 0, 0, so that can be our base point, and that's 1.228 is our scale factor. And now when we zoom in on the 40 meter scale and use the distance command, we should get a value of 40 meters, which we do, 39.947. I'm sure if I move out I'll get my 40. The final scale is to pick it, and I'd scale again on 0, 0, and my scale factor to turn meters into millimeters, I'll hit 1000. and will zoom extents. So now we have a model space environment where everything is measured in millimetres, and that we can move in that environment, make inquiries of that environment that are meaningful. So if I said how wide is that path, it gives me a value of 1579, so 1554, so that's just a shade over 1.5 metres wide. So I imagine that's a 1.5 metre path, and you can always do some ground truthing and check if you need to. So the image is now in gCADPlus at full size, ready for us to put designs for the sprinkler system in this environment. So the image is now across.